This NFL Daily Mailbag is presented by Thrive Fantasy. I want you guys to go challenge Tom and I. How do you do that? Go get started at Thrive. That link down there below, chatsports.com/props. 100% deposit match. So if you put down $50, you get $50 for free. Put down $100, get $100 for free. Yeah, it's a damn good deal. First question coming in here is from Evan Scott. Do the Bengals try to lose out for Sewell? Not that now that Burrow is injured.
Operation Suck for Sewell is in full effect.
They might not have to try to lose.
Exactly. They got Brandon Allen who's going to start over Ryan Finley this week. Yeah, they're not trying to lose out. They're just going to lose out. They're going to, as long as things go the way we expect that they're going to, Penei Sewell is going to be the guy for the Bengals at probably number 3 overall.
Cooper, what do you think the Cardinals will do? Will they go after Aaron Jones, maybe some cornerbacks, and from 7 men?
And front 7. He forgot the T there.
Oh.
I think
I
defense. I think defense will be a key focal point for Arizona. Depending on what happens with Patrick Peterson, corner might be their number 1 need. I don't know if Aaron Jones is that great of a fit for the Cardinals.
Looks like they bring back Kenyon Drake.
I mean, you could just roll with a cheap running back. You have Kyler Murray and a great passing attack.
I like Chase Edmonds, honestly.
I don't know if you need all that. So yeah, Edmonds played pretty well too in moments. So I wouldn't spend my big time money on a back. I would spend it on the defensive side of the football instead. I think that makes more sense.
Gary Sanderson, under the radar head coach candidates.
You know, we haven't talked a lot about Matt Eberflus, the defensive coordinator for the Indianapolis Colts, but I think he absolutely should be considered.
He's done a phenomenal job.
Exactly. I think the job he has done is nothing short of impressive. I think he has learned under a lot of good coaches before, both 4-3 and 3-4 from a defensive mind perspective. I think he'd be a great target for a team that, you know, maybe already has their quarterback in place and they can find a different offensive mind. But we've often seen teams pursue the offensive mind because those are a little bit tougher to find. I think Arthur Smith, the Titans offensive coordinator, I think there's going to be some real interest around him this year. I think those are my 2 under-the-radar options.
Hey, Tom, you hitting that?
I do that every time.
You hitting that? Are you guys hitting that? You better hit that subscribe button for the best NFL coverage on the internet. You like that, Tom? You like that, Reed? Yeah, you better. Seriously, hit the subscribe button. That way you don't miss anything here at Chat Sports. We're always keeping you updated, latest NFL news and rumors. And you know what? Hell, we're even doing NBA content now. So hit that big red button. All right, let's go to Yoder 2024. Hey, Tom. Okay, I'll just leave this one. Carson Wentz to the Colts since Rivers is on a 1-year contract. Thoughts?
Yeah, we've talked about this before, and it's a tantalizing idea because Carson Wentz had his best season when Frank Reich was his offensive coordinator. I don't know how much more interest the Colts are going to have in Carson Wentz because he's a broken player, and he's expensive. So, look, the reality is, for Carson Wentz, he has become one of the NFL's worst quarterbacks, and maybe you believe you can fix him. And if so, okay, maybe it makes some sense there. But you don't normally want to go out and trade an asset, in theory, for a broken quarterback who was terrible and expensive. I mean, when the Browns did that for Brock Osweiler, they got a draft pick. And I hear, Mitch, you're laughing at me right now, but we're bordering on that territory for Wentz. He's expensive. He's struggling, and right now, Phillip Rivers is the better quarterback compared to Carson Wentz. So, Mitch, look, you can let me know what you think here. Who's the better QB? CW for Wentz, PR for Phillip Rivers. But right now, right this second, it's Rivers.
Yeah, it's not even close, actually. I mean, it's definitely PR, and I absolutely love the Brock Osweiler comparisons. You know what?
He's better than Osweiler, I think.
Yeah, I would freaking hope so. So you know what, Tom? We're going to make this the pinned comment on today's video. So go down in the comments section and let us know who's the better quarterback. Type CW for Carson Wentz or type PR for Phillip Rivers. Make sure that y'all are using hashtag NFL or Super Chat to get on the show. We got Evan Scott. When's the mock draft coming out?
Maybe next week. Stay tuned for that one. We'll see what ends up happening on that one. It's all going to depend on timing, but we'll have another one soon for you.
Speaking of mock draft, Navam,
producer Brett's burner confirmed.
Skyler Thompson going for?
Undrafted or back to college. I think there's a good chance he ends up going back. I don't think he's going to get a Senior Bowl invite this year. And if I'm a guy like Skyler and I'm trying to make it to the NFL, even though I'll be a year older and that matters, I think I'm better served going back to college and having a full healthy season and trying to sneak my way into the Senior Bowl.
This one's coming in from GX. Seahawks get Lavonte David, who will be a free agent. And GX, if you're a Seahawks fan, go check out our Seahawks channel, youtube.com/SeahawksTV.
Jeez, man, how many linebackers do you want? You have Bobby Wagner,
True.
and I know KJ Wright is a pending free agent, and you could swap out Wright for David, and Wagner and David's a fun combo, but you're paying Lavonte David even more than you're paying KJ Wright. And you drafted Cody Barton in round 3, I guess 2 years ago now. And then last year you drafted Jordan Brooks in round 1. You can, with most defenses, you can only play 2 linebackers. So you're just not going to use Bobby, or you're going to sit one of Lavonte David, Bobby Wagner, Jordan Brooks a lot? Like, for 75% of your snaps? No, I don't like that idea. That's not a good investment for Seattle. Focus on your front 4 instead.
Winter, does Mitch play Madden 2020? Because I'm the Raiders, and I'm 16-0. Well, maybe you should start coaching the Raiders team so we can go 16-0. But honestly, dude, I don't play Madden. You know what I do, though? I play Thrive Fantasy a lot. You all know that I'm a big fantasy football guy, and I want you all to take advantage of this deal we got going on right now at Thrive Fantasy. How do you do that? Go to chatsports.com/props. Use our promo code chat100. You're going to get a 100% deposit match. So if you put down $50, you get $50 for free. Put down $100, you get $100 for free. Why do I love Thrive so much? With Thrive, you just eliminate all this research. You guys know that I don't like research, and you can talk about and pick the players that actually matter. So you get a list. It basically looks like this here, right? Perfect. I'm Vanna White. You can pick from 20 players, you pick 10 of them, and then you pick based on the likeliness of it happening. So you can see this one right here with Derek Carr, right? Winner, you're a Raiders fan, 1.5 passing touchdowns. If you think he's going to have over, you bet on the over. If you think he's going to have under, you bet on the under. And basically you go up against all these different people in these tournaments. If you guys like other fantasy apps, it's a little bit similar, but this one is a lot more easier, and I enjoy it a lot. Plus, hey, you can win some money too. So the tournament I got going on right now is for $3 to enter. The password, by the way, is just chat. And look for the $3 NFL Week 12 Chat Sports Contest. Challenge me, challenge Tom, but I'm telling you right now, this is going to fill up quick. So for $3, you can win $50 if you come in first, $30 if you come in second, $20 if you come in third. If you guys love fantasy football, challenge me, challenge Tom at Thrive Fantasy, chatsports.com/props. Promo code is chat100, 100% deposit match. Can you beat us? Well, guess what? We're about to find out. All right, Tom, welcome back. We got Mikhail123. Who will Cleveland Browns sign?
Maybe they go after another corner. Cleveland's in kind of a unique position
Maybe
where
a quarterback.
You know, maybe you look for another edge rusher opposite Myles Garrett. That could be a draft pick move. They've been fairly active. In fact, maybe another safety too. I think defense will be their main focus.
I mean, Delpit's hurt.
And yeah, he's been hurt too. That's fair. You still maybe want another option to pair with him.
True.
You know, maybe you just worry a little bit about Baker taking that next step forward.
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right, Cooper, what up, man? Is Lamar regressing, or do you think he will regain the hype next year? I don't think that he will be an MVP caliber again, but he will be a solid option for many teams like the Colts. I mean, we knew he was going to regress, right? Like, you knew he was going to take a step back. I think it's just like you see it every year in the NFL. Coaches, believe it or not, defensive coordinators, they're very good at their jobs. When you get tape, when you get film on a player, you learn his strengths, you learn his weaknesses. They're figuring them out a little bit. Now,
I think the number one problem, and to be honest, this might be a coordinator thing too. We saw, and
I disagree.
They are similar styles of quarterbacks, but we saw something similar with Colin Kaepernick too. That second year, which was kind of more his first full year, much like Lamar, or I think it was. I think the year's matchup there had that Super Bowl run with Kaepernick and Greg Roman as his OC, and then teams adjusted.
Yep.
And Roman didn't do the best job of adjusting as well. The problem right now for the Ravens is that outside throws are not really a part of their offense. I think that's twofold. A, it's not Lamar's best throw, but B, who's their great receiver?
Oh, yeah, they don't have one.
They don't have. I mean, imagine Allen Robinson on this team.
Be fun.
I think that would help Lamar in a big-time way. And, again, part of it is the quarterback not making the receivers look as great. But Marquise Brown was complaining about not getting enough targets and then immediately drops the first one he gets in the Ravens last game. So I think receiver needs some help. Maybe Lamar's not a top 5 quarterback, but I think he's still being a starting caliber quarterback. And the Ravens are in the playoff mix. Like, he's still good. He's just not MVP caliber.
This one's coming in from Laugh My Butt Off, Boston
I
fan.
just said LMAO. Would have been a lot easier.
Yeah,
but okay.
True. Will Allen Robinson stay with the Bears or sign somewhere else? What do you think, Tom?
I think the Bears are going to franchise tag him. So the answer is he will not sign with anyone. He will stick with the Bears for one more year.
See, for me, if I'm Allen Robinson, I'm going to look myself in the mirror and I'm going to say, you know what? I don't want to go back to Chicago because for me, they didn't extend me. They decided to put money elsewhere, and that team, honestly, is a dumpster fire on offense. If I'm Allen Robinson, I'm going somewhere else. So how about this? Let's get Allen Robinson's agent on the show. Maybe you can look at some of these comments here. Be for the Bears or somewhere else. Where will A-Rob play in 2021?
I think it's going to be the Bears, and I know that maybe Robinson might want out.
Oh, I'd want him out.
I mean, he probably does want out, but you know what? The Bears can just tag him.
Yeah,
there isn't a lot of player power from that perspective. So
you mentioned the Ravens. I think he'd be probably his most ideal fit would probably be the Ravens. But there's a part of me that would absolutely.
It's Des Bryant upgrade button. Allen Robinson at this stage.
I mean, honestly, what I would love to see is him leave, sign with the Packers, and then just rip apart the Bears. That would be just incredible for me. All right, we got T-Train King.
Yeah.
What's the ceiling for Seattle's defense if they start turning the corner ranking-wise?
I have a tough time seeing them getting into a top 10 defense. And I know you can kind of talk yourself into,
spell check is
well,
broken.
if Shaquille Griffin gets healthy and Dunbar comes back and Carlos Dunlap plays at the high level he is,
You
and
think they could be top 15
Benson
defense?
Mayowa
No.
gets healthy, and Jaron Reed stops being terrible and ends up being a good NFL player, maybe at that point you get into
Right.
you've talked yourself into top 10. That's a lot of ifs, though.
I know. Producer Brett literally just said that was a
I
lot.
also don't love Ken Norton. I don't think he's the greatest defensive mind out there. So I think for Seattle, your realistic goal is around league average. And if you get that with the Seahawks offense, you're going to be just fine come postseason time.